Good morning, I'm Neva Manu, and this is your morning news fix for Monday, 31st of March. In this update, praise for the government's ambitious plan to address the country's supermarket duopoly. Economic Growth Minister Nicola Willis has announced a formal request for information looking into a third chain and confirmed a major restructure is another option to bring back competition. Monopoly Watch Research Director Tex Edwards says the announcement is very credible.
She's articulated what she's expecting to see a competitor look like. That's why consumers can feel comfortable. There's not going to be some small 10-store competitor.
The economy is gaining traction, but the unpredictable global trade landscape could dampen recent gains. ASB's latest quarterly forecast reveals positive movement towards recovery, driven by lower interest rates and growing interest in our exports. But Chief Economist Nick Tuffley says Trump's tariffs on China and any slowdowns in US growth could affect demand for our products.
Even if New Zealand's not directly impacted, US consumers are likely to be impacted in general by just more expensive imports from what we've already seen announced.
Communities in Myanmar have been left devastated following Friday's deadly 7.7 magnitude quake. The New Zealand Red Cross is appealing for donations to fund desperately needed resources. The death toll has moved through the 1,600 mark. Health New Zealand's planned cuts to contractor and consultant spending account for more than half of the government's target. It comes as the government's on track to exceed its target to cut the spend by $400 million in the 2 years to July. Political reporter Azaria Howell has the story.
Health New Zealand accounts for $204 million of the cost trimming. Health Minister Simeon Brown says he expects all functions of the agency to be providing or enabling frontline services. The department's spending on contractors in the year to date is $74 million less than the same period last year.
The death of a young boy killed in a dog attack is having a huge impact on a Bay of Plenty community. Emergency services were called after two people suffered dog bites in Katikati on Friday afternoon. The 4-year-old boy died shortly after arriving at the medical centre in a critical condition. Another person remains in hospital with moderate injuries. The Maritime Union says it has confidence in Winston Peters ferry plans as the Rail Minister prepares to make an announcement on the fleet's future today. Peters has reached the deadline to shortlist shipyards and issue more detailed ship specifications. It comes after more than a year of uncertainty over the ageing Cook Strait fleet. Maritime Union National Secretary Carl Findlay says workers are ready for some answers.
I think Winston's heard our message loud and clear. We want rail-enabled ferries. We want it kept in Kiwis' hands so that we can carry on owning and operating this key piece of New Zealand infrastructure.
In sport, the Warriors have won 3 straight matches in League's NRL, this time 26-24 over the Tigers in Sydney. They jumped to 6th on the table. 2 tries from Georgia Miller has helped the Black Ferns claim their 3rd straight Hong Kong Sevens title, beating Australia 26-19 in the final. Auckland FC have produced a 2-0 A-League football win away at Brisbane, extending their lead to 7 points on the table. And Paul Cole has lost the final of the latest PSA Squash Tour event at Wimbledon. I'm Neva Manu. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at midday from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.